And now it's time to get a unique slant on current events from your favorite half-Asian couple. Get ready to know what's happening in the world today with your hosts, Shaine and Nico.
Hi.
Oh, hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
What's happening?
Yeah, that's the name of the show.
And you're Shaine?
And you're Nico.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, how's everyone doing?
Hopefully no one's too depressed right now with all the news cycle.
Hopefully, yeah. This past weekend has been pretty crazy, especially.
Yep.
So you kind of just want to go right to it, or
I thought you wanted to talk about your birthday.
Oh yeah.
It was his birthday last week, if you didn't know from the last stream.
Yeah, it was Wednesday. It was a Wednesday of July 31st, Wednesday. And then fake news.
No.
So I turned 31. I still feel like, I don't know, some days I feel young and other days I feel like I'm 80 years old. Like I can't move because my back hurts. Whatever.
When you're 80 years old, you're going to be like, that one time that I said that when I was 30, 31,
mm-hmm.
I was lying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably how it's going to go. But yeah, and then this past weekend as well, had my birthday dinner that you surprised me with, and we went on a little mini cruise or whatever, so that was pretty fun.
A cruise in the middle of Dallas, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, right? It was cool. It was very cool.
Especially the Old Town Road part.
Oh, yeah, Old Town Road. Yeah, I know, right? Old Town Road. But yeah, so that was probably the best part of the whole weekend for sure.
And I got him this shirt.
Yeah. I need money. Well, we need money, but I for sure need money. And if you really want to help support the show, you can always donate to our PayPal. You can support us on PayPal, as you can see on the link there.
Oh my God. Using that as an excuse to plug that.
That's right. So yeah, you can support us on PayPal. You can donate $1, $100, $10,000 if for some reason you have that lying around somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, if you like us and you like, our show, you want to support our content, help us grow.
Help us not be so dumb.
Yeah. Maybe help us know what we're talking about.
Speaking of that, should we start talking about stuff we don't know we're talking about?
Oh yeah, you're right.
It feels like such old news now, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially nowadays, everything's new, or not new, but everything's old. After like a day, everyone just forgets about whatever they were talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, what was the first thing that you wanted to get into?
I thought we were going to talk about the Democratic debates, round 2.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, very old news now because that was last Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, I know, right? Happy birthday. Because it was the first one, right? The 31st was the second one. I can't remember. I think it was the second one.
Oh wait, was it Tuesday? Sorry, it was Tuesday and Wednesday.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the one that had Kamala Harris, Tulsi Gabbard.
Is her name Kamala Harris or
Kamala? I don't know. They were saying Kamala, and then other people were saying Kamala. I think she was saying Kamala, but I can't. I don't know. Maybe it's Camelot. It sounds like
Camelot.
What if her name? Yeah, I know, right? But yeah. So, do you remember anything? Because these.
Do you remember anything that we're going to talk about?
Yeah. No, it's weird because like the debates. I don't really remember much. The only thing I really remember was when Tulsi kind of
destroyed.
Well, I mean, not destroyed, but she definitely put into blast like Kamala.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking all bad thoughts.
See, now I don't know how to pronounce her goddamn name. Kamala,
Camelot Harris.
Camelot. Yeah, her, the cop, basically going after her record because she was a attorney.
What?
Her record.
I heard her record.
I can't talk. But her whole record, and like because she was an attorney general, prosecutor, and all that, because Kamala's all like, yeah, I'm all for these people and all that, and then Tulsi's like, wait, what are you talking about? You've been like you took like over 1,500 people in jail for weed. offenses or whatever, and you laughed about when someone asked you if you smoke weed or something like that. And it's funny because the look on Harris's face was just like, how dare you?
Just play the video.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to play the video?
Yeah. So people know what we're talking about,
Yeah, it was
very interesting.
wait, is it even gonna show on here?
Uh-oh.
I don't think it's gonna show on here. Nope, because it's not on
That's
Chrome.
weird.
Yeah.
Where did you put it at?
Apparently it's in Safari. It won't show because it's not on Chrome.
Are you signed into Twitter on that one? Just go
which
to your,
one? Here?
I DM'd you. Blech. No, don't click on it because then it will get away from our window. Just click another. Yeah.
Okay. We're doing
it has to be. You have to copy the link. Sorry, guys.
So now I gotta remember next time that it's gotta
Safari
be on Chrome.
Is the default browser because we have Apple.
Is there any way you can change it?
Yeah, there is.
Okay, so we have to do that for next time. God, now I didn't even know that this was gonna be like this, but that's okay.
First time for everything.
Everyone's gonna be like, when they're listening to the podcast, what are they doing?
We're just wasting your time.
Yeah,
sorry.
Basically. So, okay, I think now I got this. I think I got it all good to go. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, cool.
All right.
And of course, you're using MJ's tweet because her tweet went viral.
Oh yeah. All right.
Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought.
What is she writing?
Cash bail system in
Like,
place
is her
that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way. When you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's
She looks like she's gonna murder someone.
I know, right? Her cop ways are coming out.
Innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Well, then, there's that. Yeah,
There's not much to say after that, though. It's like, what if you were Kamala? I'm still gonna call her Kamala Harris because that's what I have been calling her. If I was Kamala, like, I wouldn't even know what to say after that because it's not like those things aren't true.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do?
Yeah, and like the look on her face, like like I was saying, it's just like, how dare you come at me with this stuff? Like, I thought we were on the same page that I was going to be the nominee, or at least in the top 2, top 3, or whatever. But apparently she also went on after the debates, whatever, and they're asking her, so what do you think about Tulsi going after you? And she's like, she's at what, 1%? Like,
it's like, what are you trying to pull a Trump, or are you trying to do something where it's like, I have like way more followers than her, like that kind of thing?
Yeah,
because you're not gonna pull off a Trump. I'm just gonna say that right now.
No, she ain't gonna. That's not even happening.
And all. I don't know. The only other thing I remember from the debates was people talking crazy things about healthcare again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, healthcare.
Arguing about whether private insurance should be kept or not.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember who said it, but they're like, why are we arguing over like what type of Medicare for all plan we're going to have?
Yeah, that was one of those instances where you kind of there's like some differences, little differences in where the Democrats and in the whole field were kind of, because there were the moderates, I guess the quote unquote moderates were saying, well, we should keep private health insurance, but I mean, we should have an option for, public health, whatever. And then people were saying, no, just get rid of private entirely, and just have the government be the one all be all for healthcare and all that. So yeah, I don't
know. I thought it was all right. Nothing crazy happened other than that one thing.
Yeah. but yeah, that's.
It seems like such old news now.
I know.
I know that Lions of Liberty podcast did a really
Mm-hmm.
good recap, and then of course, Part of the Problem did one. Did
Yeah.
Tom Woods do one?
Yeah, he did one with Lou Rockwell for the first night, and then the second night was like Tho Bishop. Yeah.
Okay.
All from the
So
Mises.
check those out.
Yeah.
For like actual recaps.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're not.
A lot of things happened over the weekend that kind of flooded into everybody's minds, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the next story that we wanted to go over is real. This is really the big news that's been.
Wait, that's the other one.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
separating them,
Okay.
but it's the two that's really been dominating.
Social media.
Yeah.
Media
yeah.
in general.
Mm-hmm. There was a shooting in El Paso Walmart. And I guess he killed. Well, on ABC News, it says alleged shooter cased El Paso Walmart before rampage that killed 22. And then in Dayton, not Toledo, because Donald Trump said Toledo.
Yeah.
How embarrassing. In Dayton, there was another shooter as well. And of course, another multiple fatalities there.
I think it was 9 people, including his sister. Or did he actually kill his sister, or he just targeted his sister?
I
I
think
think he actually killed her.
I think he actually did. Yeah, it was a pretty, yeah. And then some people are saying, well, so you can kind of see where the mainstream media is kind of
Mhm.
putting their, what is it? Their
bias.
Yeah, their bias. So the El Paso one, we're like, oh, he's a white supremacist, whatever.
Well, he had left a manifesto sort of similar to what happened in New Zealand, right?
Right.
I didn't look too much into it because I'm just like, why are we giving these people more fame or whatever?
Mhm.
That's why we're not mentioning the names or anything. But
Yeah.
he was a right-wing extremist, and it's so weird. Like the things that they, you know how we're talking about the alt-right supports all these left-wing policies, like in certain environmentalism things, and
Mhm.
yeah, so he was that type of guy.
Yeah.
Like an eco-fascist or whatever also. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And I heard that he had denounced, like he said that he held these views before Trump had been elected, but he was just, I guess, just doing it now. But then all the media is saying like, oh, it's because of Trump's rhetoric.
Yeah. And so the reason why that we're talking about, you can see where the mainstream media is putting their bias, is that the Dayton, Ohio shooter, I mean, it's not like 100%, but, you know,
Based off his Twitter.
Yeah, people are basing it off the Twitter where, you know, he's like some left-wing tweets. Apparently he was like an AOC fan or whatever.
He's also following Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, following a lot of the left-wing people. And they're not really I mean, they're mentioning Dayton, you know, all the, you know, there's a bad shooting, but they're not really saying like who this person is, you know, or anything like that. I mean, obviously, you know, if you're just basing it off of Twitter, I mean, you can't really 100% base it off of that, but it's
He did reply to a tweet where Andy No,
Mhm.
the journalist who got attacked from Antifa or by Antifa,
Right.
he replied to a tweet saying that the guy who attacked him was a martyr.
Really?
So that's pretty you know, that's pretty straightforward. I just think that the extremism from both sides is just getting worse. Mostly probably fueled by the internet, to be honest, and media.
Yeah.
But there's so many people trying to blame like different things for these attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, right away, the number one trending hashtag is like gun control now, NRA, something or other. And I'm just like, here we go again.
Yeah.
I mean, here we go again with tragedies. And then also here we go again with people really quick to blame people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, people blaming whatever they can blame because I guess they don't want to say that, well, the person that did the shooting is the one that is responsible, you know, but can't say that, I guess. But to kind of go along with what we were talking about, wanted to share what Andy No said about it.
Or the Dayton.
But about the Dayton, yeah. he mainly talked about the Dayton one, correct? Is that the one he was mainly talking about?
Yeah, he was just sharing what he found about him.
Yeah.
So
Here's his tweet on it. And okay, so he's talking about the El Paso one as well. He says, Texas shooter allegedly left behind a manifesto. Ohio shooter did not, as far as we know, but his social media profile shows long history of sharing support for Antifa accounts, causes, and individuals. He recently called the Tacoma ICE firebomber a martyr, as you were hinting at before, and retweeted mockery of me getting beaten. So it seems like just from that tweet alone, it seems like he was pretty ecstatic with, or at least retweeted, because you know how people, when they, in their bio, they'll say retweet doesn't equal endorsements or, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what this person thought, or he was just like, hey, this is big news, I guess. Here, retweet this. But
yeah.
At face value, it's not a good look.
Yeah.
With that. And then to kind of I'm not going to read.
He just goes through
I'm not going to read
different
all of it, but
examples or whatever.
Yeah.
Based off of his Twitter account.
So definitely.
You can check that out if you're interested, because I know that mainstream media is not mentioning any of these things.
No.
So, and then I don't know. I mean, only a couple of days ago, before the El Paso shooting, there'd been a shooting in California too. Remember?
Oh yeah.
It was during the garlic festival or something.
Oh yeah,
garlic
yeah.
festival. Yeah.
It's funny. No one really talks about that one anymore. That one kind of just because now we have.
There's
these
so
other
many
two,
that like by the time you get around to talking about it, then another one has happened. I mean, that's terrible, but
yeah, it is terrible.
I mean, a lot of people brought up good points. Like, there are a lot of people killed with gun violence in other places all the time, like Chicago and everything, but no one really talks about that because it's not considered a mass shooting.
Yeah.
But then, as far as people blaming other people for things, it just got really dumb on the right too.
Yeah, everyone just starts blaming other ones. Oh, it's the left wing. Hey, see what you're doing. It's like, oh, Trump did this, and it's like, how can and people that like blame Trump, or whatever, or politics, like, how can you how does blaming a politician help anything? At least in this situation.
Well, they want to blame him for everything.
Oh yeah, I know.
Unless it's a good thing,
right.
So they're just like automatically, even in the manifesto, like the alleged manifesto that was left behind, he mentioned that it wasn't because of Trump.
Yeah.
Even though it said that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it was because of Trump.
So speaking of things that people were blaming for the shootings, one such case is Fox News blaming. Well, we'll just show you what we're talking about, but it's
pretty dumb.
All right, what about video games? So many of these school shooters and others have been sort of raised on a diet of violent video games. All right, what about video games?
Yeah, what about video games?
I mean, do you have that other one pulled up, that Trump from his press conference?
Yeah, I'll get to that one, but that whole thing,
that's like such a 90s thing, isn't it? Or early 2000s.
And it's not, and it's not like just
games.
Yeah, and it's not just Fox News doing it. Obviously their audience is mainly boomers, so that's kind of not
surprising.
Surprising,
even like older than boomers too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's both Republicans and Democrats doing it, and so yeah, here's Trump doing it. Because Trump had to speak about it, and because it's funny because a lot of people are saying, hey, Trump needs to make he needs
press conference,
do a press conference. He needs to make a statement on this.
I mean, he did disavow white supremacy or whatever, and that's what they wanted him to do, right? But they still found some things that they didn't like about him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So here is your president talking about. Well, here's the tweet about it.
Real bipartisan solutions. We have to do that in a bipartisan manner that will truly make America safer and better for all. First, we must do a better job of identifying and acting on early warning signs. I am directing the Department of Justice to work in partnership with local, state, and federal agencies, as well as social media companies, to develop tools that can detect mass shooters before they strike. As an example, the monster in the Parkland High School in Florida had many red flags against him, and yet nobody took decisive action. Nobody did anything. Why not? Second, we must stop the glorification of violence in our society. This includes the gruesome and grisly video games that are now commonplace. It is too easy today for troubled youth to surround themselves with a culture that celebrates violence. We must stop or substantially reduce this, and it has to begin immediately.
So there's Trump saying that we need to do something about these dastardly violent video games.
It's any factor that you take into account or whatever and try to blame it on one thing. You can find another example and like disprove it. Because it's like, okay, if it's violent video games, then how come every other country doesn't have the same problem?
You know, it's funny about that too, because like we were saying before, it's something that keeps popping up, you know, because people don't like violent video games or whatever. But to say that that's the reason as to why people are going to do shootings or whatever, it's almost like an excuse for them to kind of be like, see, Grand Theft Auto is the reason why people are doing carjackings or something, or, you know, man, those people need to stop playing Halo and acting like they're like killing aliens or something like that. It's just, yeah. I mean, the fucking excuses that people come up with all this shit is just stupid. You know,
I think people want to come up with a solution because it keeps happening, but
right.
I mean, and that's natural. They want to come up with a quick solution. But unfortunately, we've had so many decades of problems leading up to these types of things.
Yeah.
Like there's so many factors into it. It's not going to be an easy fix. And that's why I don't really comment about it on social media too much. Because anything I say is going to be like, well, did you think about this? I'm like, well, yeah, but it's not that simple.
It's almost like they want you to say everything 100% in one tweet. And they go, okay, well, I'm glad you mentioned that. It's like, well, I only have so many characters in a fucking tweet. What I got to do off like a 20,000 page thread to give you everything you want, you know?
The one thing that I do feel sympathy also for is the people who are, you know, they're lawful gun owners who haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
And they are just, you know, demonized. Like I saw a picture circulating on social media also about some guy carrying a gun, and then someone like took a secret picture of him and said that he should be like, you know, there should be some legal action taken against him for carrying a gun, even though
he's just carrying the gun. He's not doing anything with it. It's like on his back or something.
Yeah.
It's funny too, because, you know, I mean, if I saw someone like that, I mean, if anything, I would just be keeping my eye on that person. I'd be like, I'm not gonna lie.
He was there with his like family and stuff.
Yeah.
He just seemed like I don't know. Maybe because we live in Texas, but he just seemed like just a regular guy.
What if he had like a long, like a sword or something? I mean, isn't that legal here that you can carry a sword openly or something?
We do have open carry of swords here, so there's that.
Yeah. So if you wanted to stab someone or chop someone in pieces legally, well, not legally, but you know what I mean. Like,
what are you talking about?
Like you could go.
It's for self-defense, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like if someone's coming at you.
My brother had a samurai sword growing up. I don't know what my parents did with it though. He bought it at Otakon, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool. How is Otakon? I haven't been. It was a while ago, wasn't it?
It's huge.
A long time ago.
I mean, they're still doing Otakon now, but yeah, I used to go when I was a teenager, preteen, or whatever.
How many times did you go?
3 times.
Really? Just 3?
I remember my friends would all go to the raves at the end of the night, even though they weren't like, you know, older. We were like 13 or 14. And then I would be like, no, I'm gonna be a good kid. I'm gonna stay in the hotel and go to sleep.
You know, anytime, like, it's funny because anytime you go to things like that, it never ends up like that because you're saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to bed such and such time.
You know, I was so annoyed because they would come home or come back to the hotel at like 2 a.m. and I'd be like, I'm trying to sleep, guys, and they'd be like, you're a party pooper. You're the one who went to sleep. Funny how I end up being the libertarian who's like quote unquote crazy, you know.
Well, I mean, anytime you go to those things, you should just pretty much just know that you're not going to get much sleep.
Every
for that
time we
entire
went,
weekend.
we got a lot of sleep.
Really?
No, I mean me and you. Whenever
Oh,
we
yeah.
went to convention.
Well, we're like, we can't do anything after 10 now, or when we can. But
the one time we tried to go to that rave in Corpus Christi, you were like, you know what? I'm tired. Like, I'm just gonna go to bed. And I was like, oh, I already drank a bottle of wine to get prepared for that. Shit.
Yeah, I know, right? All that preparing for nothing.
Anyway, speaking of anime.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of going to the
smart,
a nice
very
segue.
smooth.
Yeah, thanks. So if you don't know, which may
we've been trying to cover it, so people may or may not know.
Can't talk. I was like meh.
It's a new chant.
Meh.
Just cut that part out of the stream.
No, I'm gonna leave it in.
Cut that out as a preview to the stream.
Oh, that's me going meh. So, as you can see from the title, anime gets its Me Too moment in clash between Dallas area voice actors. Now, the reason why this is significant in terms of this article is because it's in the Dallas. This is basically the Dallas Morning News, even though it says Dallas News.
No, that is the Dallas Morning News.
Okay. It's just
it's our major mainstream media.
It's basically like our New York Times.
Yeah, and I follow them on social media because they post all the updates. They're the first ones to get the updates and everything.
Yeah.
Like that,
so as you can see, you know what's funny? I didn't even realize this. I didn't because I was just skimming through, but she went into it more in terms of the article itself. This picture was actually taken at the news organization.
Yep.
And
so
it's like you couldn't have at least, gotten a picture from. I don't know. From the
internet?
Yeah, just find internet pictures of both. Because I guarantee you're going to find a lot of pictures of these two actresses together. Because
they had to make it, this is a Me Too moment, right?
Yeah, they're very.
So you have to make them very, heroic looking.
Mm-hmm.
So they're staring off into the distance like, yeah, that's right. I told my story.
Yeah.
And this is what's happening now.
So...
Maybe you should just very quick recap what happened with Vic Mignogna, just very quick.
Okay, so I know we've mentioned this before in our podcast, but the gist of it is basically Dragon Ball. The new Dragon Ball movie came out. Broly came out, and it made, as you can see in the article, it was released in January and skyrocketed to 22.7 million in U.S. box office in less than a week, which is really good for an anime film. I think that's really good.
Wasn't that back in December last year?
That was in January.
Okay, so
this is still pretty
January
recent.
of this year, and they're just getting to this story now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And other news organizations have talked about it. The main one being Anime
most of the
News
stuff
Network.
happened, or when they were talking about it, though, they usually went over in March, April, May.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, go ahead.
You would think we're now in August, but this article came out.
Holy shit, we're in August.
Yeah. When does the article come out? Does it even say?
It was 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
It was on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. It was this past weekend. But anyway, so you would think with all that time between when this first came out to now, they would at least have more into it. But I'm just going to read some of the excerpts in it. So it says it looked like a 2019 would be another can't miss year for the actor. They're talking about Vic Mignogna, which if you go to some normal person, if you asked who Vic Mignogna is, I guarantee you 99 out of 100 people will be like, who? What? Who's Vic Mignogna?
Before this story, even though I liked anime or whatever when I was growing up, but I never listened to dubbed stuff, so I have no idea who that guy is.
You're definitely sub for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
argument.
Just my opinion, but I think dubs sound dumb because it's like I don't know. It just makes it more kiddish sounding, you know?
Yeah. Well, there are some that I can say are very good dubbing, the dub wise, like they're very good, but that's,
Yeah, it's just your opinion.
That's my opinion. Yeah. But anyway, but the wildly successful opening also unleashed a torrent of chatter about the 56-year-old actor's long rumored alleged inappropriate behavior, such as aggressive kisses, hugs, and unwanted sexual advances with women.
Dun, dun.
So the main thing that this whole thing is saying is that when Vic Mignogna is known to be,
he doesn't have any personal space boundary, or at least it seemed like he didn't before with his fans.
Yeah.
He would hug them and, just be very friendly with his fans. And a lot of them, anyone who's been to a convention, or if you haven't, the lines are really long. So there's a lot of people around. So it's not like he's doing it in private or anything. Usually if they're like teenagers or children, they're with their parents.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's going to do anything inappropriate.
Right.
But all these, I guess, just like anonymous stories came up. And then where it became a problem was the two other voice actresses, Jamie Markey and
Monica Rial.
Yeah. They both blocked me on Twitter. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Anyway, they came out with the allegations that he was inappropriate with them. So,
well, their whole story, especially Monica, is like with Jamie, it's kind of
with Jamie's, it sounded really dumb. It's like he pulled my hair.
Yeah, he pulled my hair. He whispered something real sexual to my ear.
But I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, but then like actual rape victims, it's basically the same thing. When a woman getting raped and her hair getting pulled,
it's exactly the same thing.
It's the same thing. But then with Monica Rial's story, the main thing is that her story seemed to change, not like a huge difference, but there were some minor, differences.
Yeah, her deposition was posted online because he ended up suing for defamation.
Yes.
Because they kept like perpetuating the online Twitter mob to go after him.
Yeah.
Which caused him to lose places in conventions, to lose jobs, to be let go from his main job at Funimation and Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
So he did end up losing a lot of like potential money for this year.
Yeah.
So then he decided to get an attorney and fight back.
Yeah.
Which they didn't think he was going to do. I don't think.
Yeah, and it even says in the article, it says this fierce battle over Mignogna has become the first big test of the Me Too movement in the multi-million-dollar anime industry in America. What makes this case unusual in this era is that Mignogna is digging in and fighting back in court with a lawsuit alleging, among other things, defamation. So it basically, like, at least from what I get that is that, well, what makes this unusual is that he's actually doing something about this. Like, I can't believe he's actually fighting back. Why didn't
you're supposed to go along with the
Yeah.
Me Too.
Why
Don't
did
you
he just sit
believe
in the
all
corner
women?
and start crying? And
Why don't you believe all women?
yeah, I mean, I guess I'm a sexist and misogynist, sexist and chauvinist, misogynist.
Oh God, not that song.
But anyway, so kind of what I was saying with the Monica Rial story and her defamation is that she mentioned someone like a key witness, saying that
she said that there was a witness who came in the middle of her story.
Yeah, but the big like oof or oopsie is that he comes out and says, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about."
Yeah, in an affidavit, right?
Yeah,
he said, "I do not have any memory of this."
Yeah, and he said,
so it doesn't seem like her story adds up.
Yeah, and he said if I actually, because he was like the convention like planner, like he was like the big head of the whole convention this whole thing took place at. And he said, if I had known or if I knew that Vic was doing this, I would never have invited him again, or I would have just kicked him out, or whatever. I would have done something about this if I actually seen it. But to my recollection, I don't know what she's talking about. That's him. That's not us saying that, like us speculating. That's him actually saying that in his affidavit. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, so, basically the gist of it is him saying that.
So I think that the two voice actresses contacted, or at least maybe their attorneys, contacted Dallas Morning News because they know they're losing the case.
Yes.
So they need some public support.
Yeah, because they're there was some kind of hearing or something happening. I guess it was supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be this month, but they pushed it to September.
Yeah, they're having their actual hearings.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So now another thing that's huge on this whole thing is that there was a GoFundMe that was made in kind of like support of Vic Mignogna.
To cover his legal fees.
Yeah. Now, they always talk about, okay, so in the article, I'll just read the article. It says, Mignogna, meanwhile, bolstered by a GoFundMe war chest brimming with more than $236,000 from his supporters as of the writing of this article, is suing Funimation Productions, which is also, yeah, like they said, is another person that this Vic is going after.
It's the company that fired him for the allegations without proof.
Yeah. But I know 100% for a fact that if the GoFundMe was at like maybe $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, they wouldn't even be mentioning it in terms of like how they're mentioning it here. They would be mocking it, saying, haha, Vic Mignogna has supporters. That's hilarious. You know, that kind of thing.
They're just mad because no one covered their legal fees.
Right. And so, you know, attorney Sam Johnson, who represents Jamie Markey, said in an interview with the Dallas Morning. See, here's another thing. Everyone in the defense, they're part of this article. They're interviewed. They have quotes and all that stuff, and they talked about it and all that. But they did say in this article that they did reach out to Mignogna's attorney, and he didn't respond. And then Mignogna was also reached through a convention booking agent, but he didn't respond. Now, the main reason I would think as to why Mignogna at least wouldn't respond is because he's already responded to another article that was written about this, and they took his answers, and they didn't even show all of his answers.
They cut it all up. It was an article by IO9, which is, aren't they like in the gaming news or whatever?
Yeah, very niche type of website.
Yeah, so he actually responded to that reporter, and they totally messed up his answers, which, I mean, if you think about it, if the mainstream media is coming to you to interview you, then that's probably going to happen. But I guess, I mean, like, people who don't know about that or who aren't like familiar with that happening to other people probably wouldn't know. They're just innocent, you know. They think like, oh, they're trying to tell my side of the story, so I better tell them, you know.
But then when you try to tell your side of the story, obviously you find out, oh, they didn't tell my side of the story. They would just butcher it. Yeah.
Twist it in whatever way fits their narrative. Right.
So yeah, I would just suggest checking that article out, because I don't want to like talk about it this whole podcast. We talked a lot already about it.
Yeah, it was just interesting to see like mainstream news cover it other than, you know, like niche magazines or anything like that. So
yeah, it was crazy though, because apparently there was another lawyer on Twitter who was saying that, well, you know, there's something big coming this weekend, and apparently this was the thing that person was talking about.
It's so obvious that they contacted Dallas Morning
News.
I mean, because all of them live in this area, so that's why.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. You know, and for all we know, maybe Vic did do all the stuff. I really don't know, but the court is going to have, though. It really seems like it's really going to happen that they're going to go to court and everything's going to be heard. A judge is going to rule on this, and we'll go from there.
To me, it seems like, why would you risk suing for defamation if you were actually guilty?
Yeah, exactly.
Because then you're going to have other problems.
Yeah.
When the case doesn't go your way.
Yeah. I mean, and
so
stories
to me,
are stories are inconsistent. Pulling hair and not knowing, I mean, I can understand if you don't remember what someone said to you, but if it's something like that traumatic, I don't know. I wasn't in that situation, so I have no idea.
I mean, I've been in, not that I'm going to say this on stream now. I've been in sexual assault like situations myself, and I remember every detail. So I don't know why you wouldn't remember every detail.
Yeah. I remember everything else, but I don't remember what he said to me when he whispered in my ear after he pulled my hair back.
Even though I know it was sexual.
Yeah. It's like, your hair is lovely. Oh my God, please don't. Oh my God. Why?
Oh God, we shouldn't be laughing right now.
Yeah, that's terrible.
All right. Anyway, wasn't there something else?
I think so, yeah. So we're gonna go to more, I guess.
Oh yeah, this the socialist convention video. Oh my god.
More was it more?
It's more lighthearted content.
Yeah, I think you guys will like it.
If you haven't already seen this is just sad. This is like the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. So, Emaus Chong tweeted this out. So that's kind of where we first.
It was a recent video, and I checked to make sure it wasn't a parody
Mhm.
from a socialist convention, and this is how they handle triggering within their own convention.
Yeah, and he's the first person that I think we both saw talk about this, right?
Yeah, a couple other people talked about it, but yeah.
If we want to defeat capitalism, we are going to need a party that will organize working people to fight for the demands that we want and to win socialism. Thank you so much.
Quick point of privilege. Quick point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Guys, first of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus. Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just.
Look at their jazz hands over there.
My ability to focus. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Comrade.
Name, chapter, pronouns.
Privilege, point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Her face is like.
She's like, wait, what?
She's like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Here's some more of it.
Do we have to?
Hi, everyone. My name's Sam Lewis. He, him. I'm from the New York City DSA chapter. This very simple amendment is to strike the language about forming an independent party. In conversation with the authors of the proposal since, I think we're all in agreement that we do want to build a mass organization, political organization of the working class that vies for state power. So it's not an attempt to get rid of that shared goal. The problem with the language, as I see it, is that it counterposes forming an independent working class party with the tactical use of the Democratic line. So it's basically saying in the future we will break with our tactical use of the Democratic line. I think many of us have an agnostic position on that question, right? We want to behave in the most strategic way as class politics in this country develops. We don't want to commit to what has historically been a failed strategy in the United States of forming a third-party ballot line. So I consider this a friendly debate. I will be voting for the proposal whether or not this passes, but I think it's important to discuss. Thank you.
All right.
I'm gonna take a drink every time he says
Um.
Can you imagine him giving a speech? Oh God.
So what do you think about that? And people say that libertarian meetings are crazy.
I know. You say that libertarian meetings are crazy. You really don't have to worry about them. I mean, can you imagine them running society?
Hi, my name is Shaine, he, him. So I just want to let everyone know that I was just stuffing some green beans into my pants, and it was really cold and wet. I don't know why I was doing that, but I just decided, I'm going to stuff some green beans down my pants, and it's as cold and wet and icy as you would expect.
No, you didn't say it right.
That's all I'm going to say. And yeah. Huh?
And
So that's just like, what the fuck? Like, why would they even do that?
Well, because you have to be correct. If you use gendered language, it's going to make someone upset. So
that one's like, stop using gender specific words, comrades. Come on, we all know that's all about men. We're not all men in this room. There's men and women and XEs and whatever the fuck.
That makes me wonder, do they even know? I mean, I know probably they've read the Socialist Manifesto or whatever, Communist Manifesto, but do they even know what communism is?
I mean,
would they
not.
Willingly give up their money that they made from their job to put into a pool of, like, with the other people? I don't think they would. They're just like LARPing.
You think
They're all LARPing?
I mean, if that, like you say, you were looking that up to see if it was a parody or not, you know?
Yeah, and
then,
it's not.
And then you like, is this for real? Like, are these people? You know, I guess at least they don't have like a shoe on their head or something, right?
Shoe on head.
Or they'll dress like a wizard, or they're not,
What was the other guy from the libertarian country? Whoops. I mean, libertarian convention. Wasn't he in his underwear or something like that?
Something like that. See, libertarians do weird stuff, but the Democratic Socialists of America say weird stuff, apparently.
Wasn't doing worse than saying?
I guess, but you know how it is nowadays. Saying stuff is bad.
I saw a video of the libertarian convention where they were debating whether we should have seatbelts or not. You know what's funny about that? Kamala Harris, sorry, she was doing her press conference about whether she would ban guns or like, confiscate banned guns.
Right.
Then she said, maybe it was, I don't remember. Now I don't remember if it was her. Okay, it was some Democrat. Sorry. Now this is like getting really like allegedly.
Right.
But anyway, some Democrat. It wasn't her. I don't think it was during that. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
But someone had said like, well, people are against banning, or people are against having seatbelts, but we have to do it for the greater good, that kind of thing. It was either Bernie Sanders or her. I can't remember. They're all the same.
Was it in one of the debates? Or was it just like
no? It was like in a quote from like a media press thing.
Oh, okay. Huh.
I just saw that today, and I'm like, So people are using seatbelts as a way to justify banning guns, but libertarians are out debating whether we should have seatbelts or not.
Well, there's that one video where they're talking about driver's licenses.
Yeah, or whether we should have driver's licenses or not. Well, I saw a meme where it's like, oh, my driver's license expired. I guess I'm going to crash into a tree now.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it, right? Once that's gone,
you're dead.
You're dead. You're gone.
You're fucked.
No more. You're fucked.
Anyway, I guess we'll end it now with a very important video for you to watch.
Very important video?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
I gave it to you on the link list.
You did?
Yeah. It's Jessica Yaniv, everybody's favorite.
Oh. I gotta find it. Did you DM it to me?
No, it's on the list I gave you on the notes.
Are you sure?
Oh, did I not give you that?
No, you
one?
didn't give it to me.
Oh, all right. Here
You didn't give it to me.
Whoa. All right. And nobody needed to hear that.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I DM'd it to you.
Ah, Soka.
Yeah, that's right. We DM each other even though we're right next to each other.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, Okay.
Just listening, even just listening to the audio, I guess we're going to have to explain it later.
All right. So we'll go ahead and you want to just play this and then end it? Or you kind of want to do an outro and then we'll play it?
We're just going to end it.
Okay. Well, I do want to say that thank you so much for watching. And then for those who are listening as well, thank you so much. As you can see on the link, if you want to support us on PayPal, you can.
Buy us a new computer because people keep saying that our computer sucks.
You guys have an Apple? How dare you?
Hey, I started blogging on there. I didn't think I was going to do YouTube.
Now look at us. 1,500 subscribers and counting. Very slowly, but counting.
Very slowly. Yeah, I know. Because people click on it and they're like, a live stream. I have to watch an hour of this shit?
Yep.
Anyway.
But yeah, you can, if you like us, you just like our beautiful, pretty faces. It's mainly her, but
mainly
I guess
you.
me too. Oh, come on. But yeah, if you want to help support us, keep the show going, and you just like us a lot. Happy birthday. I need money. Support us on PayPal. But we also have some other ways that you can help support us in the description of this video, or
just share this podcast.
Yeah,
that's good too. Yeah. If you can't donate, just share the podcast.
Mm-hmm. You can also
so people can know how dumb we are.
Yeah, you can also help support us by buying a Liberty tee at libertariancountry.com. Use our promo code HAPA for 10%
I feel bad
off.
we're not using any. This is a shirt that I made myself, and that one's one from Kevin Brennan.
Yeah. It's a good
well.
it's a good shirt. I like it because I need
Because
money.
everybody needs money. It was funny because we were at the checkout at the grocery store, and the guy looks at his shirt and he's like, "Dude, I agree with your shirt. I need money
You know,
too."
it would have been hilarious if he actually gave me like $5. That would have been funny. Oh, thanks. Here.
Well, he said he agreed with you. He said, "I need money too."
Yeah.
So maybe he wanted you to give him $5.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
probably
know.
right.
Anyway.
But yeah, you can also go to infinitecbd.com, use our promo code HAPA10 for 10% off your order. We use CBD products, and it always works for me, whenever, especially
when you get angry.
Well, that too.
Or when I get anxious.
That too.
Which is like every other day,
we
drive. Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, so you can check out our description and our YouTube videos if you want to help support us, like we said. You can also follow us on social media. Again, all the links are in the description. And I guess we'll just go ahead and leave it at that.
Yep. And now you got to see this video because it's terrible.
Yeah, we love you all so much. And thank you so much. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Uh-oh. It doesn't work.
No, I don't need to be scared in my own house that I'm going to get fucking attacked. It's illegal in Canada. But
Do you think that was like cute?
Poor Blair White.
That was so funny. Did you guys see that debate? Oh, that was great.
That was the weirdest debate I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Especially when Jessica Yaniv hold up a pad and Blair's like, trans women don't have periods. Anyway, I think that's a good way to end.
Yeah. All right. Have a nice night.
Have a nice night. We screenshot this tweet and send it to law enforcement.
I will not be harassed.
And my attorney.
Have a nice night.